The pen tapped against the prenup, its hollow echo filling the cavernous living room. My fingers went cold as I read Clause 7.1. Any and all assets acquired during the marriage shall belong solely to Quinton Wellington III. Asterisk betrayal burned in my throat like metal. Through the mansion's tall windows, Charleston's golden light cut across the mahogany table, spotlighting my humiliation. Asterisk, sign it, or the wedding is off. Ursula purred, her voice honey but her eyes sharp as glass. Her manicured nail tapped the signature line with rehearsed authority. Asterisk across from me, Victor swirled his scotch with smug indifference, ice cubes chiming like applause. And Quinton, my fiancé of 13 months, the man who whispered about, forever sat silent, staring at his polished shoes as though they could speak for him. His silence screamed the truth. Asterisk, my name is Natalie Evans. I'm 29, a self-made real estate investor worth over $29 million. And this is the story of how I turned a family's greed into their most public downfall. I wasn't born into luxury. My childhood home in Savannah had secondhand furniture and creaky floors, but also laughter and integrity. My father's hands were stained with motor oil, my mother's with chalk dust. They taught me that character outlasts wealth. Asterisk that lesson carried me to an Ivy League business school on a full scholarship. While others partied, I worked nights, building both knowledge and discipline. By 22, I'd bought my first property, renovating it with my own hands and YouTube tutorials. I doubled my investment, then did it again. And again, asterisk by 28, I had built an empire, dozens of properties, a fortune exceeding $29 million. Quietly, powerful, independent. Asterisk, then came Quinton. Polished, charming, dripping with old money confidence. At a charity auction, he gifted me a $15,000 painting I bid on. Art belongs to those who truly value it, he said with a smile that felt disarming. Asterisk, he claimed to be tired of Charleston's high society games. He said he wanted something real. And foolishly, I believed him. Asterisk, the Wellingtons welcomed me at first champagne toasts, yacht weekends, garden brunches. But soon came the subtle cuts. Remarkable how far you've come despite your beginnings. Just don't bankrupt him with your risky ventures. Always with laughter, always with Quinton's silent squeeze under the table, and then the prenup. Asterisk, I read clause 9.2. Another knife and ink. In case of divorce, I waived all rights to spousal support or shared assets, no matter my contribution. Asterisk, I looked at Quinton. You knew about this? Asterisk, he couldn't meet my eyes. It's just paperwork. My parents want precautions. A precaution that erased my worth, turned me from a partner into a liability. In that moment, the illusion shattered. Quinton wasn't my partner, he was their puppet. Asterisk, so I smiled. You're right. I'll need to think about it. Asterisk, they mistook my calm for surrender. But the battle was already over. Asterisk, that night, in my downtown apartment, the one I owned outright, I called my attorney. Every asset, every property, every dollar was shifted into an irrevocable trust under my sole control. Untouchable. Asterisk, and then one more call to my wedding planner. Hi, it's Natalie Evans. Please mark me as attending, as a guest. The wedding day dawned flawless. St. Michael's Church glowed with roses and society's elite. Quinton waited at the altar. Asterisk, I walked in, not in white, but in a tailored cream dress, not a bride. A witness, asterisk, whispers rippled through the crowd as Ursula stormed toward me. What are you wearing? What is the meaning of this? Asterisk, I handed her the pristine, unsigned prenup. You said sign it or the wedding is off. I didn't sign. Asterisk, Victor roared from the altar. Ungrateful nobody. You'll never see a cent of Wellington money. The church went silent. I didn't flinch. From my clutch, I pulled the latest issue of Forbes. My face on the cover. The Southeast's new titan. How Natalie Evans built a $29 million empire before 30. Asterisk I met his furious gaze. This was never about taking your money, Victor. I have 29 million reasons to never need your name. Asterisk gasps echoed. A champagne flute slipped from Vanessa's hand, shattering on stone. Quinton froze, a puppet whose strings had been cut. I walked out, free. Asterisk later, my phone lit up with desperate texts. Natalie, please, we can fix this. I love you. Asterisk, but I knew the truth. He wasn't mourning me. He was mourning the deal. Asterisk, one by one, I blocked every Wellington number. Not vengeance. Freedom. Asterisk, 2 weeks later, the engagement was dissolved. Asterisk, I kept my dignity, my independence, and my $29 million. They kept their shame. Asterisk, so I ask you, would you have signed away your future for what you thought was love? Or walked away like I did?